everyone. My name is Carrie, and I'm interviewing Arbiter on September 18th, 2020 for the WiC Oral History Project. This interview is being conducted and recorded in a private Discord chat. The recording will be made available for anyone interested on the Black Dragons Discord in the Oral Histories channel. Thank you for joining me today, Arbiter.
Oh, no problem, Carrie.
So, I always start out with the same question. So, how do you pronounce your in-game name, and why did you choose this name for yourself?
The Arbiter. It's actually from another video game I used to play, called Halo.
Okay.
Many years ago. It's a character within the game.
Okay. And why did you choose it for this game?
Well, it wasn't my original name in this game.
Okay.
Originally, I was using the Dalek name because I like Doctor Who.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I was setting up my kingdom, and I don't know, the Arbiter seemed a bit more appropriate than like Daleks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, when did you start playing the game?
I started on Kingdom 13.
Okay.
That would have been, well over a year ago now.
So, probably about May? May of last year?
Yeah, it would have had to have been.
Okay.
Yeah. I forget now.
All right. So, what made you first interested in playing the game?
Well, originally my mother was playing it. And she was really keen on it. She really enjoyed it. So she was like, "Oh, you should come play this," and all right, I'll give it a go. And then here we are today.
Okay. All right. Do you have an interest in Game of Thrones, or
Yeah,
what?
so I've watched all the series, probably about 10 times over. Too many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you said your mother plays with you. Anybody else? Or she did, rather.
Yeah. Her husband as well plays.
Okay. Do you guys play together at all, or separate kingdoms?
We're in different kingdoms at the moment.
Okay.
Actually, not too sure where she is.
Something to check out. All right. So you said your first kingdom was K13?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit about when you started the game.
When I started the game, I didn't really know what I was doing. I hadn't really played a game of this kind of genre before. Most of the games that I played, you couldn't put money in to like advance yourself. So it was quite new to me, a lot of the mechanics of the game. But there was a number one alliance here, I forget what they were originally called, but they ended up changing leadership. I believe the leaders left the alliance, and some of the larger players, and then they started their own alliance and took all the players from it. And they ended up calling themselves Wallets of Mass Destruction, WMD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. They kind of just burnt down the whole kingdom, killed the kingdom.
All right.
It's not so great.
So what happened next?
Well, I always aspired to be king.
Okay.
Like, want to be right up there, right? So it was great being with WMD because they were able to. Well, there's a player Mitchin, I believe he still plays. I think he's in the top 100 of the world rankings, and he was able to explain a lot of the mechanics of the game to me, and help me understand further how to better my game.
Okay.
And so the aspiration after that was to conquer a kingdom, right? Like be the king of a kingdom. So I ended up starting on Kingdom 24, and I had this whole plan. I was going to start an alliance, and we were going to be the number ones, and we were going to take King's Landing and do all of that sort of thing. That didn't work out too well. I started the alliance, and the alliance was working out, but there's another alliance that grew much stronger than me. Our alliance very quickly, and lo and behold, I found out that Kingdom 24 was probably one of the most active and more wealthy servers when it come to player intake at the time. So first Kingdom Conquer attempt was a failure, but I learned a lot. It wasn't until the second attempt that I actually figured out how to do it.
Okay.
And that was also a failure. But then I succeeded on Kingdom 31.
All right.
I haven't failed since.
Let's go back a little bit, because this is interesting. So your main goal was basically to rule a kingdom. So what went wrong exactly with the first attempt?
So the way the game works is like the snowball effect, right?
Okay.
So what went wrong with my first attempt was that I didn't start at the second that the server started, and I wasn't the first to make an alliance and start bringing people in. So I worked out that was the biggest failure. And there's also, with the game dynamics as they are, there's also like the ability to advance yourself to a certain stage quickly, which is going to bring support to the people. So I worked that out as well.
Okay.
Getting your elite troops very quickly will draw people in. Power follows power.
Okay. So how did you apply what you learned in the first attempt to the second attempt?
Pretty much just that use of game mechanics. Again, it didn't work out. I ended up, that server ended up really not liking me, actually. I believe it was run, there was a large player. He was Taiwanese, and he ended up getting Marjorie Gold very early. I did sit in their hive, and they rallied against me, and I think I killed an excessive number of troops. Yeah, they really didn't like me. I think but this was very early in the games. They didn't really know what they were doing.
Right.
It was kind of funny, but at the same time, they ended up calling me a demon from there on out, and that was a failure. couldn't fight Marjorie Gold.
So, how long were you on the first kingdom?
So I kept that account in Kingdom 13 throughout the whole period.
Oh,
I was trying to do these other accounts at the same time.
Oh, so you're doing multiple accounts at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My first account, it was kind of, it didn't work out too well, to be honest.
All right.
I didn't know about the building and all the details behind the talents and the little advancement things you could get so that you could build quicker and quicker. Make the most of everything that's available in the game to build as fast as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the attempt on the second kingdom, which kingdom was it again?
The Kingdom 27.
27. Okay. Yeah. You said what went wrong there, but what did you end up learning to make the next one work for you?
I believe I figured out after that the times that the servers start. They don't start at server reset. They start at something like 3 p.m. my time. It's a pretty decent time actually. Start on the second it starts and make it happen.
What do you mean by that?
You start in and you rush to create an alliance. And then you start getting people in, you start talking to people, creating the different roles within the alliance, build yourself a Discord, push communication, that sort of thing.
Building the foundation immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it becomes like a snowball effect. Like if you're the first to do it and you build quickly yourself in the initial stages, it seems to snowball. And you snowball above the other alliances. Before you know it, your alliance is double the power of the number 2 alliance, and then triple the power. And over time, it balances off, but it secures the foundation of your position in the kingdom.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So this is your 3rd account then, the one that was successful.
Would have been the 4th account by that point.
Okay. What's the 3rd one?
The 3rd one would have been Kingdom 27 because there was...
Because you started 13.
Then 24.
Oh, 24.
Then 27. Yeah, okay. And then 31 was the success. Got it.
Okay. What happened with 24?
So again, it was the same thing. I got everyone to King's Landing, and then I shouldn't have brought them there.
Why?
There was an alliance, Han. It was called Han at the time. And they didn't like us being in King's Landing, and they were bigger than us. So.
Okay. So again, it was a size, speed thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what's the name of your alliance now?
Citizens of the Earth, COE.
Okay. And have you always been the ruler of K31 and the leader of COE?
Well, as we know, K31 is now owned and operated by Kai Aniston. So,
True.
Nope.
No. So, what kingdom is it that you're on now?
We are on Kingdom 126.
126. Okay.
126. Yeah, so I've conquered about 7 kingdoms now. Yeah. Well, you start with one, and then it's like, oh, why not do another one?
Oh, dude. Okay. All right. So let's not lose track of the path here. So wait a minute. So K13 to K24 to 27 to 31. What else? What other kingdoms?
Oh boy. There was another one in the 30s. That was like I did that for recruitment.
Okay.
So I started, got the King's Landing, told all the people, hey, we don't want to stay here. We want to move to Kingdom 31. So I brought a whole bunch of people back.
Oh, so you treated it as like a feeder alliance.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Which worked out well. And then there was Kingdom 41.
Okay.
Which I kind of did the same thing there. And then there was 76, which I did manage to claim, but I think it was about after a month. Some players grew much stronger than my players, and we weren't actually able to hold it. I think after that, I had a bit of a break.
Okay.
For about 6 months from the game. I think that was around the same time that Kingdom 13 started falling apart. And then I come back to conquer 126. Since then, I've done 137. 137? Yeah, 16.
So to
161.
to you, what does it mean to conquer? What does that mean exactly?
Well, essentially taking King's Landing.
Okay.
And having rule of the kingdom, right?
Okay. So
it essentially conquered.
Do you mean it as you're actually ruling, or you're just holding King's Landing?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've probably only ruled on 2 kingdoms.
Okay.
31 and 126.
Okay.
We've actually, set something up for the people to enjoy their game, and some guidelines to follow and adhere to, so that everyone can enjoy their game.
Okay.
The rest of the servers have kind of become just recruitment. I think one of them was just a bit of fun.
Okay.
Yep.
So I guess then my next question would be, what changed? What made you actually want to rule?
Well, to be honest, I spent 2 months ruling in Kingdom 31, or just under.
Right.
Actually, I realised I didn't want to rule.
Dude.
It's a lot of effort.
Yes, it is.
People.
Yes, it absolutely is. Okay. So you found out you didn't want to rule.
Everyone.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you want to rule this kingdom. You want to be the king and all this sort of stuff. And then all these people want things, which is great. All right.
Okay.
Give the people the things, and then you always find out that you can't satisfy everyone, which is, it's disappointing for me, because I like to see people happy and enjoying themselves.
Okay.
So it got quite draining in the end, really.
Is that when you ended
drained the fun out of the game?
Is that when you ended up deciding to take a break from the game?
Yeah, I think there's some sort of drama happening on Kingdom 13. I forget what even happened there, to be honest. I didn't really get involved in any of that.
Okay.
But it seemed like everyone was against the king all the time and trying to wipe him out. So he'd go and wipe them out first.
Okay.
But yeah, it was about that time that I decided, I was going to, not too interested in playing.
So, trying to think how to phrase this. You end up coming back, and it's just picking up where you left off?
Well, I mean, I had a lot of time.
Okay.
Available to me, and I thought about it, about how to set it up and how to respond differently towards people. I suppose a bit of self-development in my way of thinking. And yeah, I wanted to give it another run. I really enjoy the community, and I really enjoy the people that I meet as well. So it was, it made me want to try again.
Okay. So with all these multiple alliances that you've basically made and taking over different kingdoms, what about the memberships? Do you have different members in different alliances in different kingdoms? Or do they follow you as you move along?
Yeah, so some came with me in the Kingdom 126 when we started that.
Okay.
Messaged on Discord. Hey man, I'm going to do this. Do you want to come be a part of it? Yeah. They hadn't actually heard from me for a while. Because in Kingdom 31, it was quite funny actually. We had, so I was Dalek sick, I believe, at that time.
Okay.
And I started having my loyalists. They're all changing their names as well. Like a Dalek Scooby and a Dalek Ruster. And there's a whole bunch of Daleks. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, a couple of them ended up coming joining me.
How many? I'm trying to picture. So you've had like 7 or 8 different alliances that you've created with different groups of people for the most part, though, right?
I think there was only about 3 or 4 that came with me.
Okay.
To start Kingdom 136. I think a lot of them lost interest in the game by that point. I think even the ones that came with me, they weren't actually playing anymore. But when I messaged them in the Discord, they were keen to come and play with me, so that was good.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, are you planning on staying where you are now, or are you looking to go spice it up again and conquer another kingdom?
Yeah, so yep, we've been conquering kingdoms. It has not stopped.
You're a man on a mission.
COE is essentially comprised of 3 crown alliances.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, there's the Kingdom 126 Crown Alliance, and then there's Kingdom 137 Crown Alliance, and then there's the Kingdom 161 Crown Alliance. Have essentially all been merged in together, because one of the biggest problems with all these servers that are being created is that as people decide that they don't want to play anymore, they lose interest in the game, become too busy for the game, you end up with a lack of population in a server. And, you know, that can also snowball. If there's a lack of population, then other people don't find as much interest in the game because of the social aspect of it. So it's been a thing of going to these new servers and bringing people back. And our kingdom is very live now. Very busy.
So you kind of use it as like a fishing expedition.
It's amazing the people you meet.
You really do.
Yeah.
So, for you, how has your impression of the game changed over time?
Impression of the game. I don't think it's really changed, apart from the fact that I don't overly want to be king anymore.
After all that? Dude!
I don't... The funny thing is I don't really have the choice, eh? I've been asking people...
Well, you do have the choice.
Well, but if I'm going to play, then... Yeah, no, I can't abandon my team. Definitely not. But they're not going to let someone else be king.
Well,
you know, it's a bit of a catch-22.
Don't you have a council of some sort? I mean, you're managing 3 different kingdoms in a centralized location on the Discord. Can't they discuss among themselves how they want to handle it?
Well, I mean, so Kingdom 137 and 161, I'm done with those. So originally, conquered, been there, done that, and now we're finished with that. But Kingdom 137, particularly, seems to be some really large players there. There's player Peacetown and this other one. They're very big, which is quite interesting because they weren't when I conquered it. And I'm fortunate that I got the players that I did from there because, yeah, they'd probably be extremely competitive if those players hadn't come with me.
Okay. So, for you, what's your favorite part of the game at this point?
Definitely the people.
Okay.
Probably would have stopped playing or stop playing quite as much if it wasn't for all my people. They really very encouraging, great supportive teamwork environment. I really enjoy it. They're competitive, and they enjoy having fun with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would be your least favorite part of the game, and why?
The technical faults, I think. That would probably be my least fun part of the game.
What do you mean by that?
When the game has issues, like for example, chats weren't working so well recently. I found that quite frustrating.
I gotcha.
So there seems to be a few of them, technical issues.
Okay.
Which I'm sure they'll work through in time. Should hope so.
Okay. So, what would you say is your proudest moment in the game?
Proudest moment in the game. The feeling of it, I'd have to say when in the Ace event we defeated an alliance that was over 2 times the size of us.
Okay.
I've been teaching the players about statistics and what to focus on, how to build their accounts. Explaining to them why we put our energy into building statistics rather than trying to build power rating. And it really seems to have been paying off because, like I say, we go up against an alliance twice our size, and in an event like Ace, actually we did really well.
Okay.
That was a very proud moment for me. But I think the proudest moment is yet to come.
What does that mean?
Well, we're becoming extremely competitive, really. Maybe not so much in the mindset, but I've been watching over the seasons, and I think bringing the Crown Alliances together from different servers, we're growing a lot faster than other alliances. Currently, we're sitting rank 41 in the Ace event, which is the highest that we've achieved so far.
Okay.
Confident next season we'll achieve the Ultimate Championship, and we would have this time, except for a draw. We ended up drawing with another alliance.
I didn't know you can draw.
Yeah, well, it was considered a loss because we had lower power than them. But yes,
wow.
we drew the same amount of points.
That's really weird. Okay, that's important to know. I didn't know that was even a thing.
Well, you'd think that the people with the lesser power won the battle. We still consider ourselves winners. But yeah, no, it was counted as a loss.
Okay.
Oh, well.
All right. Tell me, who do you admire in the game?
Who do I admire? I have to admire my people. I actually admire the leaders of my kingdom. I've been in many kingdoms now, and I've seen many leaders, and we're extremely lucky that the leaders in this kingdom, they're really great leaders.
Good. So,
yeah, they're all working together well and accepting each other and communicating and teaching their players, and because we've got alliances from all different nationalities, and it can be difficult sometimes, especially between different nationalities. We end up conflicts of opinions or ways of thinking.
Right.
We haven't had that so far, which is quite unusual. Everyone's just getting on really well, and we've all got the same kind of common purpose of unifying against other kingdoms rather than fighting among our own. Which I'm sure is not the first kind of concept come up with that, but yeah.
Okay.
And not a lot of micromanagement is needed. It's great.
So we're going to start wrapping this up a little bit. What is the one thing you want most for people to remember about you?
I want people to remember my alliance more than me.
Okay.
I want people to challenge us and see how we can be a lot smaller but put up a really good fight.
Okay. You're putting a challenge out there. You're probably going to get a couple of challenges for it.
The night is dark and full of terrors. One day the darkness will consume. It's only a matter of time. It's not a choice. So
I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Challenges laid forth. Is there anything else that you would like to include in this recording?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Then I'm going to say thank you for your time, Arbiter, and I hope you have a great day.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you very much, Carrie.